You are tuned in to episode 47 of the Goodfellas podcast. I'm G5 Jeff TV, aka G5, aka 5, aka the Guru. Got VP Shane up in the building. What's going on, good brother?
Surviving.
Surviving. Got the coat on. It must be cold out there.
Bro, I just came from outside. That's why. I just literally just came from outside.
And down the bottom here, got everybody's favorite guy, BoxingFirst Vlog, aka the General, aka Blunt Bayless in the building. What's going on, player?
Man, another day in these boxing streets, man. You know what we do. We bob and weave, keep ourselves afloat. I see you in here looking like the tiptoe burglar.
Hey, man, listen, man. Listen,
all black with the scully on.
All black with the scully on, man. I'm looking for a lick. You know what I'm saying? It's going down. You know what I mean? And be on a back block near you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Big shout out to the number one grinder, Real Talk, up in the building, man. I was the reason why I'm a little late today because I was in there chopping it up with him and Bruce Goes and Clarence McLean and all that for about an hour. Big shout out to all of them. But yo, we gotta talk. We gotta talk, man. Shakur, Stevenson, Oscar Valdez is the rumor for April 30th. Shane, I'm gonna start with you since my man rolling up down the bottom there. Like, you first heard about that, just what was your initial thoughts, bro?
Well, it's an obvious fight. Both top ranked fighters, same weight class, unification.
Mm-hmm.
Boxing needs more fights like this. You know, boxing literally needs more fights in which you got two up and coming fighters. You know, but they're champions, but they got a long way to go to fulfill their full potential. You know, they got high ceilings. You know, boxing needs fights like this. And more than that, it's a case of when 2022 and it's a new year and we haven't really seen a lot of big fights being announced. I know Matchroom just came out with their schedule. There wasn't really any big fights on there. So boxing needs a big fight like this. And I'm hoping this is just like a snowball effect. You know, we start seeing more and more of these fights. You know, I'm hoping we start to see more in-house unifications as well. You know, because this should be an easy fight to make with two dudes being on the same with the same promotional company, same television network, same weight class. You know, so it should be easy.
Vlog, give it up, bro.
I mean, the fight need to be made. I'm kudos for that, but I'm thinking what kind of Valdez you gonna see? Is he gonna look like Jamel Herring out there, and then everybody gonna be, you know, riding on the coattails of Shakur as if he's the, you know, second coming of Roy Jones or something like that? I don't know, but I don't like the matchup because what Valdez are we gonna see? You know what I mean? That we're gonna see the
his last fight.
Yeah, we all know the dude last name. I don't want to fuck these last names up. This shit, I'm killing myself with these last names. But
we gotta get you start saying the first names, bro.
Cancion. Is that it?
Something like that.
Yeah. So what that dude? He beat. I'm telling you, man. He put some tips on the board. So no, I'm just, you know, want to know what kind of Valdez we'll see. I mean, I ain't mad at the fight at all, though. Should be an easy fight to make. But
Nah, good points, man. Good points. TMF CMOS in the building says, salute my brothers. Let's have some great boxing combo. Exactly. That's why we are here. YSM Sports Media, still in my thunder. He says Shakur should thank Bud. We gonna get into that in a minute. Grinder say, what's up, Shane? He said, what's up, Vlog?
What's up?
What's going on,
bro? L-Dub, the plug in the building.
Why should he thank Bud?
I'm gonna actually get into that. Matter of fact, I need to read this real quick. L-Dub said at YSM Sports Media, since Castillo Clayton moved up 9 spots from 14 to number 5 on the new IBF rankings, Boots and Clayton final eliminator next. Hey, YSM, I told you, man, I'm when it come down to the rankings, man, L-Dub is the boxing rankings sniper. You know what I'm saying? He tell you whatever you need to know. Let me go back to YSM's comment though, because I actually want to touch on this. Says Shakur should thank Bud for this. So I know where he's going with that. Basically, they've been they've been in the same camp for a while. They both top rank.
Mhm.
Shakur has been calling out Valdez for like 2+ years. I do find it kind of ironic that he's getting the fight right now. And it seems like he's getting it kind of easy.
What do you mean getting it easy?
Because he could have had this fight 2 years ago. He could have had it a year ago. I just find it real ironic that he gets the fight with this lawsuit looming.
I don't see the connection, bro. I have to keep it real. Because
I
even when you say, bro, he could have had this fight 2 years ago. 2 years ago, neither of them had a belt. They both won their belts last year. They both only fought. Well, let's keep it real. Shakur won his belt at the latter end of the year, and when Valdez won his second fight of the year, Shakur didn't even have a belt yet. So I say that to say this: why would he do that when he could just make a unification with two dudes who have a good name?
I'll counter you with this. Though. Not every top ranked fighter gets the fight that they want in house. Bud
That's
ain't never,
obvious.
yeah.
That's
Bud
obvious.
ain't never get Pacquiao. And if you
That's
look at
obvious.
Bob Arum, if you look at Bob Arum's track record, you take a guy like Shakur, you take a guy like Valdez, he usually moves them on different sides of the street. He almost never combines them. Almost never combines them.
Yeah,
When the last time you seen Bob Arum put on a legit unification fight in house? He usually keep them separate because he can keep the
but
bag on.
He just did that, bro. He just did that with T.O. and Loma. So eventually we will start seeing this more consistent from top.
And I'm glad you said
That's
that.
true. That's true.
I'm glad you said that because that leads me to my next point. Personally, bro, I believe it's down to the fact that, as Blunt said, we did that when we saw Loma and Teofimo Lopez. It's down to the fact that your competition, bro. If your competition is slacking, then it allows you to put out not so stellar fights and get away with it. When your competition is putting out or potentially putting out the fights that they're potentially looking to put out, bro, when you got PBC and Matchroom doing what they're doing, you have to make up, and you're losing someone in Crawford, and you potentially could be losing in someone in Tyson Fury for his next fight. To me, bro, it's an obvious fight. It's an obvious fight.
It is an obvious fight. I'll counter vlog with this though. With the T.O. and Lomachenko fight, like let's be real, the WBC they pretty much forced that fight. They pretty much forced that fight with the Devin Haney situation and the belts and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
The WBC wanted they wanted that fight. So Bob ain't do it because he was trying to set up a unification fight.
I mean,
there was some asterisks behind
it was either they fight Haney or they fight
or they
Theo.
fight each other. Yeah, they fight each other. So even though vlog you're 100% correct, you know, some things have an asterisk to it. So Bob Arum rarely puts on fights like that, and he's doing it out of the spirit of unification.
But when you're forced to do something, it can still be a learning experience. It still could show, because I do believe that's one of the biggest fights they've had since they put the ESPN Plus app thing together, or the extension of ESPN and adding that app or whatever. I think that's one of the biggest fights they've had. So I'm sure they have to sit back and look at their numbers and see how many more new subscribers they got, view time, all of this sort of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So there's a productive side to it. You may be losing some steam where you having kind of two fighters, two prime fighters, and you, like you said, you can walk them down the same street, but just on different sides of the street. I get that, but at some point, the big pot of gold is the crossing over, the meeting in the middle of the block. So I think you can't avoid it, even as a big promotion, as much as you want.
And the reason why that's so important, Blunt, is because if I was to ask both of you to name an in-house fight right now, or name a fight in general that Top Rank can make that's bigger than this fight, both you dudes will be scratching your head right now because I can't think of one.
But let me I feel like I'm playing devil's advocate today. I feel like I need to. But when it comes down to it, you live and you learn. Like that's very important. We talking about somebody that's 90 years old though. 90. That
Bro,
motherfucker.
he not the last. He not the head, bro. He just
Yeah, he's just
he's
a
not
face.
the fighter, bro.
bro.
I guarantee it,
He's
bro.
at the forefront.
But this is the
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, he's on the forefront. But y'all know the history with Top Rank. Every big fighter that they've had, what has happened?
They end up leaving.
Exactly. They've ended up leaving. Why? Because they can't get the big fight or the money ain't right. Right?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Right. That's a fact. So when it comes down to it, all I'm saying as far as the Valdez and the Shakur fight, it's an obvious fight. It's a really good fight. Now, Vlog is 100% correct in terms of what Valdez are we gonna get. That's what makes this fight really intriguing because I'm like, if we get the Burchelt guy without the juices,
I disagree. That's what I'm saying. To me, is a little less intriguing because of the traction that he's been on since the upset over Burchelt.
So you feel like he getting cashed in?
I think that's what it is, bro. I truly think you took the words out my mouth. I would say exposed. I was going to use the word exposed. Like, okay, we got to go on and get what we can get out of it.
I have to disagree with that because if that was the case and they were trying to cash him out, bro, the reason why I would say I'd have to disagree is because when I look at the 130 division on a whole, bro, it's cold. There ain't really no fights there that's gonna make mega money. So the reason why I say what I'm gonna say is because someone like Valdez, Oscar Valdez, when you look at the track record and the Burchelt fight basically just propelled him into fame out of obscurity. That second fight that he had after his first title defense, again, because of the whole PD saga and stuff like that, his name was still in the forefront. He still was getting publicity. Now, in my opinion, bro, regardless of whether he's on the juice or not, I would have continued to almost ride that horse until it falls off. The reason why I'm saying that is because it's not like Valdez's name has lost traction since that fight. His ability.
With that. I disagree with that.
Bro,
no, wait. When I mean he might not have the same love, but his name is still known. People still know it. All publicity is good publicity, and I subscribe.
That's where we differ. I'm thinking they're looking at the potential of truly being the sort of champion you can build up to be a possible unified champion, a possible champion that could go to another weight class and be a issue or be what can Valdez? I've never heard Valdez Lomachenko. I've never heard that.
But you hear?
Let me finish, bro. I've never heard it because they've seen something with the PED situation coming out. Then you come back in your second fight, main event situation, where you're supposed to be the guy. This is a cakewalk, and you get handled like that. It exposed himself to the big wigs. It exposed himself to the suits. So the suits are reevaluating him as a boxer and as a bag per situation. So get what we can get out of him. If he lose the strap, if he win the strap, maybe he done turned it around and we still got something. If he don't, we cashed out and he has to rebuild. We're not snatching the contract from him. I doubt if they snap. I don't know what kind of 6-5 fight contract he may be on with them, but I'm just saying, I think they saw something in the boxing, not per se the name recognition, which you're talking about. I think they saw something in the boxing, and why lose him to a guy that don't have a name? You understand what I'm saying? Like
but they put a lot of money in Shakur, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not even speaking on Shakur.
No, I know. They put a lot of money in Shakur, and you said you haven't heard Valdez's name against none of those dudes at 135. I haven't neither. I've heard Shakur's name. I've heard
That's
them.
my point exactly. That's
Now,
my point.
the reason why I said that what you said is so valid is because what if Shakur lose?
My point. That's where I'm saying if he loses, they still win with Valdez, and
But he
the
loses
word to
Shakur.
be look, the word to be Shakur's too big, 130. So you know what
I
I'm
can't
saying?
believe that,
I
bro. I
think
can't
you had
believe
a
that,
backdrop.
bro. I can't believe that. The
No,
dude that just had
I'm
two
not
fights
saying.
at 130. You can't be
I'm
too big after two fights.
Bro, that's youngsters grow fast, homie. I mean, you young, bro. I'm sure last year you're bigger this year than you was last year.
I
So
get
I'm just saying. So youngsters grow fast. Athletic
I
cats put on weight and
th-
change body mass a lot differently
that,
than
that's
normal
gonna
people.
be a hard narrative to sell, though, isn't it?
I don't think so, bro. Because look how easy it is for T.O. to move to 140 after losing the straps. And he
And
going in the door
people are still
asking
giving
for
him criticism.
a unification fight. I mean,
But
for undisputed.
is
Shot
he
at
not
the
getting
undisputed.
criticized? He's still getting criticized, and this is the dude who beat Loma. He's still getting criticized for his
That's
for his.
but bro, being criticized and actually being a former champion, former unified champion, going up to the next weight class is not something that's going to be. Oh, I'm looking down on them. Champions lose because sometimes they outgrow the weight class that they're defending. So in another situation where Shakur would lose, same thing, top rank, they have the same sort of traction. He too big for this weight class. Let's move him up to 135 immediately, and he'll become part of that new super six.
Let me find out vlog trying to be on fire today, man. Kicking that shit. We find out, man. What give me the slogan, baby. Give it to me. Come on.
It's me, baby.
I mean, I've nothing to say I can categorically disagree with. It's just a different, just a difference in opinion. Because the way I look at it, bro, I don't feel like there's a mastermind plan behind it, other than the fact that Top Rank are desperate. And
No, well, it's not Shane. You saying mastermind? I'm saying when you're at a boardroom and you got good minds and they thinking alike, you bouncing things off and you can kind of cover all bases with the discussion and the planning and how things match up and how it works out. If something, it's not saying it's a mastermind, it's just how things fall in position. Shakur's a young cat, easily can go to 135 right now and be a factor in that division. And be a factor.
I think this fight was more made out of desperation. But yes, you can go to the comments. I'll cut myself off.
I actually want to piggyback off of both of y'all, actually, before I get in the comments. I think in terms of Top Rank, quote unquote, being desperate, I mean, I'm not really buying that because it's too early in the year. It's kind of cold right now, in terms of boxing. So I don't think the desperation is really there at the moment. They are coming off of the Fury Wilder fight, which wasn't that long ago. So that wave is still, like they just coming off of that wave, and that was the biggest fight of last year. So I'll say that. Going off of what Vlog said, this is where I'm like, it could be a situation where with Valdez, they might be thinking, and again, like Vlog said, like we just bouncing ideas off each other. You got to look at Valdez within the last 12 months. Everything that got him his high got taken away for the drug test, right?
Mm-hmm.
So not only was it just a negative drug test, he still was able to keep his belt. He was still allowed to fight. He got his ass whipped, and they gave him a gift decision. That's a lot to overcome. And I say this about Broner all the time, but they probably thinking this with Valdez too. We can't afford for Valdez to lose to somebody that has no name. So his reputation is down in the dumps right now. He's lucky to be a champion right now. He may lose his next fight because we don't know if the Valdez that we seen against Burchell is the real Valdez or is that's the guy on the finest juices. We don't know what we're going to get. So because he put a lot of money into Shakur, they want to build Shakur up into a superstar like Top Rank. I don't think they're desperate. They want to build a star right now.
I'll
good one.
explain why I
Hold on,
say
Shane.
this.
Hold on, real quick, Shane. Hold on, real quick. Here's the thing about that situation. It's a perfect time if they're gonna try to catapult Shakur into this superstar that they think they can make him. You come off that Heron performance, and then he puts the Beats by Dre on Oscar Valdez in a unification fight. People was already saying he was a potential star after the Heron performance. Just imagine what's going to happen after the Valdez performance. And the thing with Valdez, even if he loses the fight against Shakur, Bob Arum has shown if one of his top guys comes off of a loss, when they come back, he gonna throw him a good name. Loma came off of a loss, threw him a good name, threw him Nakatani. Then he came back and threw him Comey. So even if Valdez lose, it's not the end of the world for Valdez. But then at the same time, Shakur gets that superstar status at that point.
Go. I'll explain why I say it's desperation after you go through the comments.
Okay, I'll run through them real quick. YSM said L Dub. He said that the IBF haven't ordered a Mando in 4 years, so I'm not counting my chickens before they hatch. That's a good point. Adrian in the building. Big shout out to Adrian.
You said I'm not. You're not Boots. Why are you saying I'm not counting my chickens? You're not even a fighter.
Oh no, I was talking in terms of
not you. I'm saying YSM.
Oh yeah.
You're not Boots, bro. You're speaking in first person like you're gonna be doing the fight.
Yeah, he's the spokesperson for Boots. You already know that. Toshi in the building. He said Vosdik versus Beterbiev. No, that's not Vosdik. Is he trying to say Vosdik? Toshi, come back with that. Come back with that, bro. You said Shane, you're showing your youth is showing. Bob was actively trying to make Navarrete versus Valdez, and that's on record. You don't find it odd that this news gets leaked days after the racial bias lawsuit. That's for you, Shane.
Because I'm express.
Okay,
let me tap into that YSM comment.
Okay,
I think you're wrong on that one because they got a new traction route for Nova, and that's that Navarrete fight. So the Navarrete Valdez situation cooled off because there's a better way to go to unify the belt. You understand what I'm saying? And that way you still got another fighter on that same side of the street. Remember how Jeff said he liked to walk his main event guys on the same block, but just on different sides of the street? That's the same thing he's going to do with Abraham Nova. So the Navarrete situation, the Abraham Nova going to get a little bit steam and going right now. So he still has major fights to be made within his group. So I mean, it's a good move. It's smart business. I like it. I don't see where you think that they was talking Valdez. That was hypothetical. That was never going to be the way to go, because if that was going to necessary, then you were going to put Abraham Nova right in there up against a Shakur or up against a Valdez, where you're losing some steam with your stars.
Hey, Vlog,
or even a star waiting.
Hey, Vlog, can I add on to that, bro? That's a good point. I wasn't. I seen what YSM was saying about that, and initially I was just like, you know what, yeah, that is kind of ironic. But then when you brought that up, right, and this is great minds thinking alike. Top Rank does have a track record of doing that, because you want to know the last time they did that? Isaac Dogbay was supposed to be that dude. Like, they was gonna ride that situation all the way out. Who they put him up against? Navarrete. Dogbay lost twice. They threw him back into the ring with other credible guys. But Navarrete ended up being the guy, but they gave Navarrete the opportunity because they found they was like, you know what? Both of these guys are going to be good no matter who wins and who loses. It's just Dogbay just lost pretty bad, like both times, so it affected him physically. You know what I mean? But them going through that process, yeah.
Let's run through it quick. Run through them quick. You got so many.
All right, hold on. L Dub, YSM, they will watch. I was at Clayton last fight in December. He struggled, and for them to jump him up that many spots after that performance, the writing is on the wall. Ask Boozy. Yeah, YSM, I tend to agree with the plug on this one. He said, I hope you're right, but I'm still on wait and see mode. Miles Williams in the building. What's going on, big bro? He said, what up, fellas? How you think Berlanga will hold up in his next fight after his last performance? And do you think Joe Smith Jr. should fight Yard next before the Beterbiev and Bivol fight? I'm gonna touch on that really quick. Berlanga coming off of the injury that he had. I actually don't mind the fight because I feel like when you're coming off of a big injury, you got to test it out. Like you got to test it out. So I'm actually okay with the fight. Now if he gets past this one and his next one, I'm expecting a big fight. And as far as the Joe Smith, should he fight Yard next? He's not gonna have no choice but to fight Yard. That's just they gonna line that fight up. So that fight's gonna happen whether he wants to or not. Second Ezra in the building. He said, "Peace to the boxing family, man." Second Ezra, big shout out to you. Pink Furry Goddess is in the building. This is my girl right here, man. This is my girl. Big shout out to Pink Furry Goddess vlog. You got it. I see you getting ready to say something. You on mute, baby. You on mute.
Computers. I hate this technology shit, man. Why don't you just call me on the phone, bro? Fuck. Anyway,
go ahead, bro.
I don't think they're gonna do that, bro. Because why would they lose Joe Smith to Yard to Matchroom? Like
Mando. Mando.
He's not with Matchroom.
Whoever, Sky Sports, whoever he fuck with over there, I don't know. But why would they do that, bro? That don't make no sense. And there's no opportunity at bringing something in positive. He don't have a belt.
He a Mando. He a Mando. He a Mando.
For the, what is it, WBO?
Yeah, Mando.
Yeah, international champ. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he Mando. He a Mando.
And you remember Joe Smith won a vacant strap. He didn't win.
Yeah, vacant strap. He going to defend that thing twice. Grinder said YSM Grinder. That's my guy right there. YSM Grinder, real dude right there. Toshi said Vlog is a good friend of mine wearing the Arizona Cardinals hat. Hey man, I asked him who he bet tonight though.
One of my birds got shot down yesterday, but my other birds still flying.
They got hit by a torpedo yesterday.
Man, I mean, crazy. God damn.
Edwin Castillo in the building said, "What's up, family? What's going on with you, player?" TMFC Moss said this weekend's fight with Russell and Mark Magsayo is it a concern with Russell not fighting in 2 years and been training himself while Mark supposedly has Freddie Roach in his corner, or will Gary be okay?
It's gonna be a tough fight, but
first of all, I want to tell everybody that will be on the site.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
This is not going to be on the site to pick, man. This is a serious Filipino cat, man. This dude is. I'm not sure he's a Donaire-esque. I'm sure he's better than the dude Raymart that Donaire just beat. To me, he's more sturdy than that. He's not a dude that bangs you out with one punch. He's a grinder. He's not scared to bang with you. So either your boy Speed is at apex and he's in and out and dipping around that ring and looking real young, or he gonna be in a dog fight, man. Because this Filipino cat is nasty, bro. I'm not saying it's gonna be an upset, but I'm just saying it's not an easy fight to pick, as the question was asking.
Yeah, Pink Furry Goddess. We have a huge fight this weekend. Gary Russell against the prospect Mark Magsayo. Listen. This is a creepy fight for Gary Russell because, to be honest with you, the excuses are kind of already in place, even though they're real. The excuses are in place. So I'm like, if Gary Russell struggles in this fight or possibly gets upset, they're going to mention his dad. They're going to mention the inactivity. They're going to mention this. They're going to mention that. So Mark is going to have to go in there and do his thing. And even if he gets a victory, he's going to have to beat Gary Russell twice. You already know how this is going to go. You know what I'm saying? But this is a real sneaky fight. This is a sneaky fight, though. Edwin said, "Oh, BoxingFirst Vlog in the house." Absolutely. Yes, he is in the house. Said, Vlog eating his Wheaties. He on fire tonight. Vlog cooking tonight, baby. He cooking tonight.
Yeah, we still got him.
Toshi said I got Mark winning over Russell. Inactivity will finally catch up to him. You know the thing, Toshi. The reason why I think this is it's a interesting fight for Gary Russell, because of the inactivity. When you're dealing with a guy with that much speed, first of all, you got to see if his hands is just as quick. And when you're dealing with a guy that's been out for so long, it's a little bit easier throwing in between these shots. So if Mark is willing to throw with Gary Russell Gary Russell gonna have some problems in this fight. I mean, it's trending that he's gonna win by decision, but he gonna have some problems. He gonna have some problems in this fight. The Vinny and Simmons in the building. He said what's goody, my boxing brothers. Great show. Appreciate you, family. Miles said I agree. Toshi. The finest juices and berries. Yeah, definitely the finest juices and berries for sure. Edwin said TMFC mess. He said, yo, Mark might just upset, maybe even stop Gary. And I don't know if he's stopping Gary, but he could have.
The one thing that's really going to decide it, whether we see somebody get to sit down, is going to be foot position in this fight and range. If Gary is in the right speed range where he getting off and don't necessarily have to move his feet, he could just move his upper body and upper torso. It's a good chess match, bro, because you got the consummate boxer in Russell, who's off a layoff, so we worry about timing, we worried about conditioning, and then you going up against, like they said, a prospect. I wouldn't say prospect. I think dude is definitely a contender. He's coming up under a good umbrella from that Filipino situation. So I don't think the word prospect fits him, because you a contender if you in a title fight.
Yeah, if you get in a title shot, you're a contender.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
But I just think he deserves a little bit more kudos. But when you got so many other fighters, Manny Name's still active out there, but Donaire just been doing what he doing. Yeah. And so I think he's still building his repertoire as far as getting his name up. But he get that strap, man. He definitely a good back. So they not really losing nothing if he does win this fight.
Yeah, Gary in for a fight this weekend for sure. He said TMFC Mon said I'm going for Gary. He said Mark might beat Gary. I'm back after another layoff. Russell. Yeah. Valdez versus Beterbiev is a unification that Bob Aaron put on recently. No, that is one that he put on that was unforced. So I'll give you that. Yara versus Smith is a good fight. That's a real good fight. Real good fight. My guy, Tree James in the building. Big shout out to my guy, Big Tree. Pink Furry got us this weekend. We'll find out if that layoff hurt Gary or not. You have to keep into consideration he hasn't taken any punishment throughout that year off, and he had enough time to prepare for the kid. Now, Pink Furry got us. I will say this. You can prepare for a person all you want, but ring rust is ring rust. And he's gonna have to take the first couple rounds and get himself acclimated. And he's not the typical southpaw. He's not the typical southpaw where he's gonna make sure his foot is outside of the other guy's foot because he got so much speed. A lot of times he square up. Vlog, you know that. A lot of times he square up. He's gonna square up against this kid, and I'm like, he might have some problems.
That's why I said, is he gonna use his foot positioning, his range to his advantage, or is he gonna use his speed?
How technical is he gonna be?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't trust somebody that's training himself.
That when you overthink a fight, that's when you get caught with the punch you don't see. So you feel me?
Vlog, when a fighter say he training himself, that's like you going into the courtroom and you say you represent yourself without a lawyer. You might as well just.
But listen to it. I look at it this way though, bro. He does come from a fighting family, so I wouldn't say he's in there truly on his own. We know his brothers are boxers. They've been catching their own steam here lately. So I think he's just been quiet. He hasn't been the loudmouth. And people are misconstruing that from whether he's actually working on his craft. Now, I like to know if he's done any sparring. Because if you ain't catching those shots, how are you going to take these real punches come, this weekend? So that's another good question.
They said his dad's foot got amputated. That's what I read. I hope that's not.
What do you got? Diabetes or something like that?
It might be.
Yeah, that's usually do lose your feet with that.
Get through these last few. We said YSM said I'm not speaking for anybody but me, Shane. I'm not running with that news because of how the IBF has moved when it comes to ordering a Mando. So I'm not counting my chickens before they hatch. He talking about the Castillo Clayton situation. Edwin said TMFC Moss, he's been out for like 3 years and turned down a fight with Warrington after always claiming he is avoided. Let me get through these last few. Second, Ezra, too many layoffs are like too many wars in the ring. Can't train yourself, tried it, don't work. You have to be critiqued every day. That actually Tree's a really good example of that. Pink said not at all.
I look at it also, you got to be motivated.
Yeah,
it's hard to keep yourself motivated when you're tired.
Yeah, and if you in the ring and you training yourself, who's gonna tell you to adjust? Who gonna tell you doing something wrong? You know what I'm saying? If I'm listen,
when you shadow
listen,
box, you
if
can't
I'm
play
shadow
like
boxing,
that,
I'm
nigga.
Floyd. I'm
Yeah,
Floyd in the
nigga.
mirror, baby. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
like this,
I'm
nigga.
Floyd in the mirror for sure. Pink Furry Goddess, don't ignore the fact that Mark can be backed up and knocked down by a body shot. Could, but we got to
But
see
Gary's
if
not a
Gary on
body
this
puncher.
game.
But Gary's not a body puncher. That's not
Yeah,
something he sits
really his
down
forte.
on.
He really don't sit down on body punches neither. He said, "Hey, if Zoo got to Zab, I could see Gary um compete with Wilder and tweaking in the ring." Oh, you talking about he said twerking in the ring. Um, it will be a tough fight for Gary for sure, especially in the later rounds. I agree. You got to worry about his stamina too. It's been a long time. Moxio showed vulnerability in his last fight unless Gary's skills is deteriorated dramatically. Who should clip him at least once? At some point, the lay also catch up to Gary Russell. And he said, I've seen Gary Russell sparring on YouTube for this fight. He looked the same. I wonder, is the older brother going to be his head trainer for this fight? It's a good question. I think the fact that we don't know who his trainer going to be for the fight, I think that's a problem.
So
Go
yeah,
ahead, Shane. Go ahead, Shane. Cook up.
when it comes to this Gary Russell fight, it's funny because I literally for the last I don't know how long, like 5 minutes or whatever, I was literally just listening to everybody's points, and I can't really disagree with anything. But one thing I feel like I've seen a trend, and I don't know so much with Gary Russell, but with fighters who rely on technical skills as well as like physical, as well as like speed. It takes them a while to get adjusted to after taking a long break out of the ring. So fighters who've taken breaks out of the ring due to COVID or injuries, recently I've seen it's taken them a while to get their timing, taking them a while to get their timing down. And that's one of the biggest struggles that I think he's gonna have. Now, why it's gonna be easier for him is because he's fighting someone that's not that difficult to hit. Where I'm nervous for Gary Russell is Gary Russell, the dude who, for one, doesn't really look for the knockout in a good single, but for two, you look both brought up a point of he squares up. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but it's very similar to the Kid Galahad situation. Not saying that he's on the same level of Kid Galahad or at all. I'm
Right.
just saying, here's a dude who relies a lot on technical ability and speed. A dude who squares up a lot, and a dude who 9 times out of 10 when he's fighting a dude that don't really crack, don't have great crack, so he can get away with it. And because of how fast they are, because of the ring rust that they don't normally have, the punches that they can slick, they can't slick. And I'm just saying, potentially that could be the case for Guy Russell. Now, I'm not saying he's going to get knocked out or anything, but and he's used to being out of the ring for long periods of time. But I'm just saying this could be similar to a Kid Galahad situation where maybe not where he's getting knocked out, but he's getting caught with shots that he don't normally get caught with.
No, that's a good point. That's a good point. And usually
Hey,
the technical guys are the ones that they do take the longest to actually adjust because a lot of their game is timing, and especially with a speed guy like Gary Russell. If Mark can go into that fight and really be on point as far as his footwork is concerned, and I'm not talking about um the traditional footwork. What I'm talking about is getting in and out of the pocket, in a quick fashion. If he's mixing it up in regards to that, he can make the night for Gary
I don't even think he has
long.
to worry about getting out. I just think he just needs to worry about getting in because
No, but
Gary
he
Russell,
don't.
Gary Russell's gonna do the out for you because Gary Russell ain't sitting in a pocket, staying there and trading with anyone. He ain't doing that.
What he does do is a lot of those flashy combinations that he like to flash off the win rounds. He's in close when he's throwing them
Yeah,
joints.
and then he leaves.
No, a lot of times the guy retreats. Usually when he goes on that flurry like that, a lot of guys take a couple steps back.
I mean, what I see.
Does the winner get Kiko? Is this the next division to start unification processes?
That division is stone cold dead, bro. There's no unifications in that division.
Yeah, I don't see it happening. I don't know. I don't know. Listen, if Gary Russell win this fight, I just want to see him before 2024. I just seriously like.
If you don't think Gary Russell think Kiko Martinez is dog food, yeah,
but Kiko's gonna lose his next fight, so it don't even make a difference.
How is that a guarantee? We thought he was going to lose the last fight. So
Kiko's fighting Warrington. I don't really rate Warrington that highly, but Warrington's gonna beat him. As much as I
went the distance with Warrington before, I heard it was a 7-5 fight. I didn't see it. I could go back and try to find the clips.
Nah, but he already fought Kiko. Then he already.
I know, but the fight it
was a 7-5 fight.
No, I'm talking about Gary Russell. Gary Russell fought Kiko already, right?
Gary Russell fought
not
Kiko.
For a belt.
I hear you. No,
but
for sure.
The fight has already been announced. Warrington versus Kiko's already been announced.
Hey, Shane, I'm gonna tell you this, yo.
Okay, it don't have to be Kiko. I'm gonna tell you. So no unification. That was my question. So no unification on 126.
Hey, Shane, I'm gonna tell you this though. Warrington Kiko was not an automatic dub for Warrington. The beatdown that Warrington took, you know what I'm saying? Like that was one of them type of beatdowns that shave years off your career. So I still need to see Warrington actually in the ring putting in work after that. And this will be his first time.
That's a fact, but I'm making a very bold prediction when I say it. You know, I believe
what grounds is that on though?
Firstly, I believe that Kiko Martinez got lucky when he even beat Galahad. And I'm just keeping it all the way 100. And
Vlog did say he was warming up. I thought his legs a shot. He did say he was warming up, though.
That was just a lucky punch, bro. I'll just keep it real. That was just a lucky punch.
He positioned himself. His legs got under him. He positioned himself against the southpaw, and he caught him. It's just that simple.
The reason why I say he got lucky is because if you watch Kid Galahad, this dude fights like a coward. Against Kiko, he was getting so much offensive success, he decided to stand there like an idiot. Normally, if you watch Kid Galahad, this dude is a coward fighter. He's a coward fighter. And that's how he fights. This dude will run the whole fight, get a little bit of success here and there. But Kiko would have been fighting oxygen if Kid Galahad fought like how he normally fights. But because he wanted to put on a show, it was another headline as a champion. I guess he was just trying to and Kiko was so easy to hit. I guess he was just trying to
Kiko did go through a technical process to set that shot up though, because he had him in trouble in the previous round as well. So we gotta
bro. I'm talking about the first knockdown. The first knockdown came out of nowhere. It was just if you look at it, Kid Galahad finished the combination. And instead of doing what he normally does by punching and moving and running, basically, the dude squares up. And he got quick time. There was nothing to do with what Kiko said. The dude just stood there.
But we were live.
Your body.
But we were live for that fight. And I even said in the rounds before that, I said, Kiko was just missing that counter shot. I said, he's just missing that counter shot. I was like, so even when he was missing, I'm like, Galahad a little more bold than usual in this fight, but Kiko wasn't missing by much. He wasn't. This was the round after I said, Vlog, I don't know about them legs, baby. He was like, nah, he just warming up. Like, he good. He's like, his legs are straight. And I was just like, I said, I don't know, bro. I said, I don't know. He did say that. And I was just like, I said, I don't know. But he was throwing that same shot the whole fight. And I'm like, all right, is Galahad just going to move away from that shot? Or is he just going to really be playing Russian roulette out there? And he ended up getting caught. And the thing is, with a guy like Kiko, if you're not on your game, you could possibly get beat. And I'm like, what I'm saying with Warrington has not shown you anything after that beatdown. And you know how fighters are.
I know, but I'm saying even on Kiko's best night, he was getting touched up. And that was his best night, and he was getting touched up, and he had to rely on a mistake to win.
But that's boxing though.
No, that's not always boxing. If you're good enough, you shouldn't have. You create your opportunities. You don't rely on mistakes, bro.
But your
you know how
success
he
is
created
based
his opportunity. Let me say this real quick, Jeff. He created his opportunity by staying focused on the task. Get this shit home. No matter what I gotta go through to get this home.
That's a fact.
So I don't think you're saying he got lucky. I think him staying focused on I know I can get to this dude is part of the game plan. And whether he got a little touched up, your boy was hitting him with pillows, man. You not in there on the slumber party. You on the boxing match. So you know what I'm saying? So
to answer your question, bro, do I think there's going to be a unification? No. And to get back to the point of YSM brought up about Navarrete, because I literally just remembered that. Navarrete, if he moves up right now, he's Shakur's mandatory. So, Shakur would have to fight him anyway. So I don't really see why, like, neither Navarrete nor
Was that a comment further down?
He said it earlier in the live. I just didn't respond to it. He said, he was responding to my point of saying that they were trying to make Valdez versus Navarrete. But neither of them are the bag, bro. Shakur's the bag. Shakur is the bag.
Gotcha.
You know, if you could even make the argument that they've invested more in Navarrete than they've done in Valdez.
Yeah, they've given him more spotlight than Valdez, actually, more dates and everything. Pink Furry Goddess, if Gary wins this fight, he should take that chance and fight Devin Haney or Kambosos. He has a chance to prove everyone wrong and prove he is the best in the 135-pound division. Is up to him, though. The thing about that, though, Pink Furry Goddess, everything that Gary Russell plans to do, he got to step in the ring to do it. So before I give him any future plans, I need to see him fight more than once in a year. If he fights more than once in a year, then I'll consider him against other opponents.
And Gary Russell hasn't even proven that he's the best at 126 to be even thinking about 135, bro.
He's not even and Pink Furry Goddess, he's not even a big 126. He's not even a big 126. Like, I think 130 is his cap.
You could easily make the argument that Navarrete is better than Gary Russell. You can easily make the argument.
No, I think Navarrete beats Gary Russell right now.
So
right now,
I'm not thinking about what Devin Haney, bro. You have to,
that's 2 levels
worry
above.
about your problems at home before you worry about the problems on the street. And you got to worry about your problems at home.
Yeah. Edwin Castillo, Kasazuko, Zab. This could happen to Gary. I don't think Mark is good enough to catch him like that, but I hear what you're saying though. He said Gary already beat Kiko, so I doubt it. Said Kiko was tough. I got Gary winning. Like I said, the traditional thinking would be Gary by decision. Like, that's traditional thinking, but it's a lot of variables in this. Burt Wood in the building,
bro. Gary needs to fight.
Now, hold up. I heard y'all and everybody in the chat saying no unification. Isn't that the trend in boxing right now? Isn't that the way these divisions are starting to move? We're already seeing the second of from the first undisputed for 154. They already back at that. You got Top Rank getting ready to get 130 going. So isn't that seeming to be the trend? You got the undisputed at 140 getting ready to defend. So isn't that the trend in boxing? So why not for 126?
Okay,
122's on that move.
So I'm glad you brought up, because me and Jeff spoke about this last year. The last 2 years, you've seen more unifications in boxing than you've ever seen in the history of boxing. That is a fact. That's the way forward. Now, with that trend has come trends in certain divisions. So one of the divisions is middleweight, and the other division is 126. We've seen no tracks of that happening. Now, I will say this though, we were supposed to see a unification in Golovkin versus Murata, but the reason why I say 126 is different is because Navarrete's been champion for a while. I think he's had like 6 fights at 126. Gary Russell's been champion for 5 years. Before Kid Galahad was champion, Warrington was champion for like 3 years, and then not Gary Russell,
Farmer.
no, not Farmer. At 126 was Leo Santa Cruz.
Yeah,
He was champion for like 3 years at 126. You had the same champions at the weight class for so long. There was no even efforts to make unifications. You even had in-house fights that wasn't even made as unifications. So when you're in that situation like that, the chance of seeing a unification in a weight class that's never even shown any tendencies or any indication that there's going to be a unification after think no. Like for example, Blunt, it was obvious that they were going to do Castano versus Charlo just by the track record of Castano. I mean, just by the track record of Charlo, sorry. He was going off the belts. You see my point? You don't see that energy from anyone at 126. So until I see that energy, I can't think that that's going to happen.
It makes sense because it's like they want to keep the IBF over there on y'all side of the pond. The WBC kind of want to keep that PBC Showtime belt kind of in that aspect. Like Navarrete over there with Top Rank. I see what you're saying.
No, good point. Burt Wood in the building. What's going on? Okay. He said, Shane, who am I? First African American world boxing champion, rated the greatest lightweight boxer of all time by Boxing Ring magazine, nickname Old Master.
Now that's a funny one because
the person go ahead, Shane.
The reason why that's funny is because the person who I've always known to be the best lightweight of all time wasn't African American. So
Burt Wood, come with the answer, bro. Come with the answer. For the people that don't know, Burt Wood is our elder statesman of the channel, man. Big shout out to Burt Wood.
I'm trying to figure out who that could be, but I don't think I'm gonna get it.
Pink Furry Goddess said, I can't wait to order the Keith Thurman versus Mario Barrios
that leaves
fight.
Me. Can we get here? Ring rust. We keep talking ring rust. Will ring rust show up in this fight? Thank you, Pink Goddess, for bringing it up because I was
Blunt. There's no point talking about this because these dudes already owe us money. Jeff owes us money, and YSM owes us money. So we even need to talk about it. You guys owe us money. That's what I'm saying. You owe us money.
I'm just asking a question because I'm adding to the question that was presented in the chat, which I was going to present.
Owes us money.
Show up.
That's all I want to know, Jeff. When are you paying me my money? That's what I want to know. You paying me the night of the fight, before the fight, the night after the fight. When
is that bet again? Y'all got to rehash me. I mean,
you went cheap and said 50. You went cheap and said 50.
Man, I got a lot of bills, nigga.
I feel you. Shane, me and Shane got 75. Shane, I cut a deal with you right now, yo. Listen, you can send me $1 a day for the next 75 days once I win this bet.
Bro, you're not going to win.
$1 a day for the next 75 days. Man.
The bet is very simple.
I'll put you on a payment plan.
The bet is very simple, bro. I said that there's no way on God's green earth Furman knocks out Barrios. No way.
We know what the bet is. I just had to get the numbers straight.
I'm just saying to Jeff, when Barrios goes the distance, I don't even care if he wins or loses. When he goes the distance, I don't really care. Really and truly, this dude just took so much. I'm so glad this is happening.
When have I not paid you your coin? When have I not paid you your coin? You already know I'm gonna pay.
I'm not talking about payment, bro. I'm talking about the fact that you have to give me my flowers, bro. This is the thing. I want flowers.
No. Like I would have to listen. Bro. If Barrios lasts the whole 12, I will get YSM on here and we will give y'all flowers live on camera.
Do I got a bet with YSM?
No, he's just in on the bet. He's just in on it. He's in on it.
Well,
so only two people that want to lose their money is you and Shane. Like that's it.
Bro, you are crazy. You are crazy. Why would you? When was the last time, Jeff? I didn't even think you have a YouTube channel when Furman got a knockout. When was the last time Furman got a knockout?
You might be right.
Furman, when was the last time Furman got a knockout?
It's been
listen,
about 7, 8 years, bro.
but I
He
told
ain't touched
listen,
nobody in the
but
last
I
2
told
fights.
but I told Thurman I was gonna cash app him 20 out of the 75. So you already told me it's on. So it's
Bro,
on. You know what I'm saying?
Thurman is gonna go
Oh,
pro, and that's
it's
cool.
on.
Nothing's wrong with going pro. Nothing wrong with the
uh
point system.
YSM said Warrington is a turkey. I'm not buying him being a shoe in. That's what I'm saying, bro. He not a lock, bro. He's not
He's
a
not a
lock.
good fighter. He's not a great fighter
Chris
or a good fighter at all.
Chris G in the building, my boxing son. He said, I hope Valdez wins against Stevenson, but I doubt it'll happen.
You hope
Uh
Valdez wins. You must
yeah,
be
that's because
crazy.
of Pink Goddess said you can get caught in boxing. No, that's a fact. Kiko
I'm
deserves his credit for that. Yeah, Shane, you got
after.
to give him his flowers for that, bro.
Yeah, I'm after. I'm gonna explain why I said top ranks in desperation. By the way, what on?
Okay. Yo, YSM said vlog one-liners are gold slumber parties. Yo, vlog got the best one-liners in the business,
Ever.
man. Like I don't even give my one-liners no more, man. I just give out jokes. I leave the one-liners to him, man. He said, "Go to a Shakur fight, and you will understand that he's not the bag."
You can never tell me that he's not the bag because
Oh,
whether he
Hold up.
hold on.
wait,
Hold
wait.
on. Let me take this comment off. Let me take the comment off the screen.
Ah,
Shane, go.
The reason why I say you can't say he's not the bag is because at the end of the day, he's the one top. He's the one person top ranks putting money behind, and I'll tell you why that's so important. Tyson Fury, when he first signed to Top Rank, was fighting dudes and wasn't selling out any arena. They were giving away tickets. They weren't doing any pay-per-view buys. But guess what? Down the line, because they knew the potential fight with Wilder and AJ, they knew that that was going to generate money. Just like they know, like Blunt said, the potential fight that Shakur can have at 135 with any of those dudes at 135, whether it's Lomo or whoever, that's going to generate money. They put a lot of money behind Shakur, more money behind Shakur, in my opinion, and what I think, than what they done in Navarrete. I'm not Navarrete in Valdez. So that's why I believe he's the bag, because it's not about what he's generating now. That doesn't mean anything. It's about what he can potentially generate and how much money has been invested. Jeff doesn't care about how much money he's making right now. He cares about how much money he can potentially make. Hence the reason why you keep reinvesting.
I'll just add this. Shakur also got his name during the time when boxing was at its coldest in the past 2 years. He was, one of the guys that was fighting in front of no fans type of situation. So you got to look at it that way, bro, that he wasn't able to build the crowd just yet when he was kind of catching steam with being recognized for being a great pure boxer. And like you said, the platform starting to put a little bit of coin behind it. Now we getting ready to see, can he pack Atlanta? Can he pack a LA? Can he pack a Detroit? I'm thinking he good in Jersey. He good in AC, kind of known in that vicinity in that tri-state area. So it's the thing is, maybe Vegas. I don't know. I don't think he's big enough for a Vegas scene just yet. I'm thinking you got to take him, move him around to the smaller venue, maybe a Florida scene, see what he can draw down there. He does have a little Latin.
Where's he from? Texas.
Nah, he from Jersey. He from the
Jersey.
tri-state area. That's why I said I think him going to Texas was part of building not only his boxing repertoire, but his name too. You got to kind of move out your realm to see where they know you at. You feel me? So I think you got to move him around. I don't think he's there yet, but it's still a building process for me. I think he is a potential superstar though, because obviously he can fight. That's the one thing that gives you the ability to be a potential superstar, somebody that can actually fucking fight. And got some hands. He did some KOs, so but he got some negatives on there too, because he was in there shadow boxing with that Nigerian dude. So I don't know about that one. Ain't nobody perfect.
Yeah.
But Floyd,
Yeah. I mean, even Floyd had his difficulties as well. Pink Goddess, I talk to Gary Russell all the time on Instagram, and he keeps saying that he's coming to 135, but he said that several times over the years. As a friend, I support him.
The truth is, he's just trying to slide in the DMs, bro. He's just trying to he's just trying to let you know what he's
Hold
just trying
on,
to tell you what you want to know, bro.
let me time stamp that one. That was 59 minutes.
But what was I gonna say? What was I
That
gonna
was
say?
Nah, you can't, baby. You can't listen to that because his frame doesn't say 135. His height doesn't
his
say
frame
that.
don't even say 130, to be honest with you. Like
That's what I'm
like
saying. Like,
if Gary put his mind to it, he probably can get down to 122 if he wanted.
but this a dude that also said he wanted to get in there with Bud. You know what I mean? He was on the gram and all. So you kind of you can't really listen to
I'm
that.
gonna lean towards my man VP on this one and say he was trying to slide in the DMs. Pink Goddess is a Pink Goddess is a looker, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
He was trying to flew her out. He wanted to flew her out.
Pink Goddess, hey man, Pink Goddess is eye candy, man. So I don't trust Gary. I don't trust Gary, man.
Him and AB were trying to start OnlyFans, you know?
I don't trust Gary. Pink Goddess, don't be trusting Gary in the DMs, man.
Hey, can we get into it?
I sure will. Let me run through these real quick. Burt Wood said Joe Gans. Joe Gans wins 157. Wins by KO 100, 12 losses. Yeah, damn. He went back to Joe Gans. YSM said, give you a clue, Shane. He's Tevin Farmer's family. Still don't know. He said, I never bet on boxing. Anything can happen. I order all of the boxing fights because of my love for the sport.
Amazing.
No, that's what's up. That's what's up. Conrad in the building. Evening. What a killer fight that will be. YSM Fury 2 had $100 million fights on the horizon. Shakur does not. His drawing power ain't built like that, and I doubt it ever will.
But he doesn't have to be at the same level of Tyson Fury. I'm just saying that when you look at him in comparison to Valdez and the money that's being put behind him in comparison to Valdez, the money that's being the perception, to me, bro, they're trying to build him to be like another Floyd Mayweather.
And that's what I agree with you. They want to make boxing sexy again. Floyd made boxing sexy where the females came to the fights. Then we get all the Ashleys, we get the Kikis, we get the baby girl that's in the chat right now. You understand what I'm saying? So Shakur Stevenson is a dude that can make boxing very sexy again. And I'm not mad if they put the bag behind him. Don't put him on too much of a fast track to unify, but get him an extra strap, give him some more bragging rights, make him look real bling bling. Yeah, I ain't mad at it.
I mean, Jeff, I don't remember. Maybe you guys can correct me, but I don't remember seeing an all access for Bechel and Valdez. You know, all access where they were going into the homes and following them every day, and like they done that for Shakur and Herring. I don't remember them doing that for Bechel and Valdez.
I'm not gonna say that they didn't. What I will say is, ESPN does a lot of great work, and unfortunately, they make it exclusive to ESPN Plus. And the reason I know that is because I have ESPN Plus. They got a lot of actual great like documentaries and things like that.
I don't have ESPN Plus, and I'm just
saying. That's the point.
But I was still able to see Shakur's behind the scenes, and because that was available to me.
That's the point. That's what I'm saying. Like they're making it exclusive to a certain place, but that still don't stop people from actually seeing it. The fact that you still didn't see it is your point. Am I correct?
Yeah. My point is that Shakur was pushed out and Valdez wasn't. That's my point.
YSL, let me add on to this comment that you made here. The thing about the Tyson Fury comment, bro, is Tyson Fury was no different than Shakur until he got the dance partner. You got to remember the fights that he had before Wilder came along. He had 3 fights. He had 3 fights on Top Rank in Vegas, and they was giving out them tickets, baby. They was giving them out. You know what I mean? They was giving them out. So a lot of times, guys need that dance partner, and people are afraid to be the dance partner. They are afraid to be the dance partner because everybody wants to keep the O. Everybody wants to keep the O. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of the problem as well. He said more people were there for Vito Milnicki than Shakur and Newark, and that was a Vito debut. The arena was a third full. Yeah, why is some? Let me see.
Shakur's profile has risen since that fight, though.
But but why? I'm surprised.
Don't
Why is
bring
some?
up Lil Nicky and selling an area out when you talking about a dude that's on a national and starting an international move. Lil Nicky, they trying to get him out of second gear, bro. Your boy is in fourth.
The
I can't compare a round away situation where you might have had some extra fam in town who came up from upstate New York or wherever the Mill Nickies come from. Just saying.
But why I'm surprised. I'm surprised you went that route, bro. I'm surprised you went that route because, like, you can make the same claim for Boots. We just had this whole discussion about if Boots puts on a card in the city, it's not a guarantee that it's going to sell out. But that still doesn't mean that his name ain't like buzzing in the street, so he can't be the potential bag. We just like a lot of these fighters. It's like you got fans and then you got paying fans. How many paying fans do you have? Shakur got a lot of fans. He just got a lot of hood niggas. It's just they not gonna pay. You know what I'm saying? They gonna see him at the bar for the after party. They not gonna pay to get in the building to actually see him fight. They gonna wait till he get to the club. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So it's just different. It's different types of fans out there. So I think Shakur has the potential. I think he has the potential for sure. Toshi says Shakur couldn't handle Nakatalia's power. He won't be able to handle Valdez's power. Ooh. Okay. Okay.
They actually never felt each other's power, to be honest, bro. That was one of the dullest fights I've seen from a potential superstar in a while, but you've had those type of fights on cats' resumes. They just not there. This dude is so unknown, he don't want to go in there slipping. You understand what I'm saying? How you going to do a lot of homework on the cat? Can't get no homework on. You know what I mean? You know how it is with a lot of African fighters. They fight, don't be taped, unless somebody sneak a cell phone in that actually got some film on it. You know what I mean? You know, that's African fighters. You know how it is for me getting homework on the boy Tagu. It's like, goddamn, bro, I'm all on the dark web and shit. You feel me? So
that's another state. Wait a minute. What, minute is 7? Nigga said he on the dark web.
They do African fighters, bro. They don't do the hoopla with the film work and the camera crew and the marketing. They put good fights on though. I've done some internet work on these cats. WBN, shout out to them. You know what I mean? They do some good cards over there, but they not some cards that's taped a lot. So you had to do like Nick Italia. You didn't see no work, so your boy was extra cautious.
They did do an all access for Valdez and Bicho. I didn't see. Well, you're right. I didn't see it, but fair enough.
Burt Wood, he says Shane in the UK. Who's the most popular, Luke Campbell or Dillian White? Dillian White by far.
Dylan, I think no current fighter has sold more pay-per-views headlining than Dylan White, other than AJ.
Dillian White is
Dylan White, not even Tyson Fury.
Yeah, I'm not in the UK, and I can answer that one. Dillian White for sure.
He said Luke Campbell.
YSM it said I'm saying Shakur doesn't have the partners and he can't carry it by himself. Loma isn't built like that. No one on Top Rank is. That's for you, Shane. You want to respond to that? You want me to keep going?
Keep going. I don't know what to.
Milnicki is still young. Yeah, Milnicki got a lot of Milnicki. If he has the back, let me explain this. Milnicki has the background to where if he has the right dance partners, if they move him right, he could be something. But think about it. He's on PBC side of the street. I don't have confidence that they're gonna move him right. And I'm talking about building a star. PBC is not known for building stars. They're just not. It is what it is. They got the best fighters because they got the biggest roster, but they're not known for building stars.
They kind of built Errol, didn't they?
No, Errol ain't need to be built. Errol ain't need to be built. He was that good.
He put his resume together, patient, didn't beg. He talked to these dudes. He reached out to the Thurmans. I remember the little Twitter back and forth. These dudes don't respond. He just taking who he could take.
He
So
was
they
he was
mad at him for the Mikey fight. He
some
fighting
good
on the fight.
some guys are just some guys just don't some guys are just that good where they just don't need to be built. I just think he's one of those guys, but they didn't build him like from scratch and like turned him into something. Like I'm talking like Vito. If they do that with Vito Milnicki, then I would consider that them building him from scratch. Joey Spencer, I would say yeah, they built him from scratch, but they don't really do a good job of really building guys into stars.
So I will say this. I was gonna
Because
get to my point.
they just put Fundora in there tough, and he just skated with a tough one. So it's like with PBC, you got to get in there and earn it. They're gonna put you in with guys you're supposed to probably win, but if you're not doing it spectacularly, then you're not earning the next step up towards pay-per-views and things like that. So Jeff Wright, they don't build you; they kind of let you earn it in your matchups and when you are available, or they do put them on. Because you about once a year with them, so you got to look good.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
Yeah, the Pink got it about the dark web. Yeah, he lost me with that one. That was that one liner right there. Go ahead, Shane.
I was gonna say, bro. Said to you guys that that this fight was a fight out of desperation, is because neither of you guys can think of a pay-per-view that Top Rank can make for this year.
That Top Rank can make for this
Top
year.
Rank,
yeah. This was in house.
But the thing is,
are you asking what's in the house, or are you talking about making some networking deals across the street, which they just did with PBC?
That is a realistic. So, for example, right now, Errol Spence.
You ain't answer my question.
No,
so I can answer your question.
No, I'm going to. I have to say in-house because that's the only way I can say a realistic fight. So a realistic pay-per-view fight, that they can make, because this is a realistic because it's in-house. So if we're going to use that as a reference, let's say in-house.
Valdez Burchelt 2. Be big.
That's pay-per-view.
For their platform, which is ESPN Plus, getting that monthly subscription. That's pay-per-view S for them, which is
a Shane.
Whatever it is.
Shane, Top Rank is not really known for pay-per-views.
That's what I'm saying. They're subscription based.
Why I said that was because you brought up the reference of Tyson Fury and Wilder. And Tyson Fury and Wilder was a big fight. So I'm going to name some fights. Errol Spence versus Ugas.
But that's traditional pay-per-view.
Wait. Let me explain my point. Canelo versus Charlo. Usyk versus AJ. Devin Haney versus Kambosos. Let me think of some. Name me a fight Top Rank can make that surpasses or is on that level of those fights that I've just named now.
But you're mixing the question though. When I brought up Tyson Fury, the topic was the bag.
No,
the topic was the bag. That was the topic.
I'm talking about desperation.
I know that's two separate questions. That's two separate questions.
Bro, my question was when I said, let me tell you why I said that Top Rank are desperate. And I'm asking you, name me a fight that surpasses or on an equivalent level as what you just named.
I'm gonna answer that. But you brought up me and Tyson Fury. You said I mentioned Tyson Fury, and I said that was a separate conversation because we were talking about Shakur being the bag.
Let me tell you what you said. This is exactly what you said. Top Rank of the Fury and Wilder fight was recent, so Top Rank aren't desperate. That's what you said.
They're not desperate because they're not pay-per-view based. They're not desperate because they're not pay-per-view based.
Wait. Tell me a fight that surpasses or is on an equivalent level to the fights that they can make.
Not Top Rank can make. Top Rank can make right now.
Yeah, in terms of building up traction and attention for the fans.
They're on a lower level because they're not pay-per-view based.
Neither is DAZN.
Yeah, but a lot of these stuff, but the zone subscription base is more popular than ESPN Plus's
But Top Rank,
in terms of boxing. In terms of
wait,
boxing.
what? No, but Top Rank is supposed to be one of the biggest promotional companies in the world. Yes or no?
Yes,
It's
but the
only
thing,
that.
this is the
Wait,
point. But Shane, is
Let,
you're
let me
talking
let me
you're
let me
talking
get this.
desperation. Hold on, real
Let me
quick,
get
Log,
this.
and I'm gonna let you go. Hold on, real quick, and I'm gonna let you go. You're saying Top Rank is desperate. You cannot come off of a Fury Wilder 3 fight and say that they're desperate. It was the biggest fight of the year. It was the biggest fight of the year. You can't say that they're desperate right now. It's January. It's January, Shane.
and I'm
It's
asking
January.
you a question. In 2022, what fight can they make? That's gonna be because, bro, that it's
Go ahead,
moving
Vlog.
forward. It's a business.
Yeah, go ahead, Vlog. Go ahead, go
I
ahead.
just
I'll
want to
jump on that. Go ahead.
respond to him saying they one of the biggest base promotions. It's not that they themselves are a big base promotion. It's who they link with. They link with the Walt Disney. They got all the satellites and whoop-de-whoop. That's what makes them elite. It's not actually their cards, and it's not actually their actual roster of fighters. It's who they're connected to that gives them this allure of being the biggest promotion in boxing.
Okay, Blunt and Jeff, is Top Rank not competing with Matchroom and Al Heyman's company, whatever you want to call it?
Yeah,
Yes
they
or
Yes,
are
no?
in competition.
yes.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Okay,
the
can
different,
they come up with a fight that
yeah.
surpasses the fights that I've just named?
But
Yeah,
Shane, you're
yeah,
talking
you win.
Shane.
You're not analyzing it that
But
way.
Shane, you're talking about and Shane, you can't get this to me on camera because I talked to you off camera.
Bro,
You're
I'm
talking
asking you
about
to
hold on,
answer a
Shane.
question.
You're talking about a 2-month run. You're talking about a 2-month run. Am I correct? You're talking about the zone going on a 2-month run. Am I correct?
I'm talking about the zone
No,
having the potential to make big fights this year. That's what I'm
over
talking
a
about.
over a 2-month run.
Don't
We're
have to
talking
be
about
too
the
much,
same
but
thing.
go on.
Over a 2-month run, right?
I'm talking about the zone having more potential over the course of the year. Over the
You're
course
right,
of the year.
but you are specifically talking about a 2-month run.
Because those are the facts that's been made. Those are the facts that's been made.
Over a 2-month run. So I'll give you this. The zone has that over the next 2 months. They can go on a 4 or 5 fight run over a 2-month span that's gonna trump everybody. That's gonna trump the zone. I mean, it's gonna trump Top Rank and it's gonna trump PBC as well.
It won't trump
So
PBC because PBC have big fights coming.
not bigger than what the zone could put on in that 2-month gap. And
I
you know
know.
that. And you know
I
that.
know.
But that's what I'm saying. But you're saying it as if they're gonna go on a whole year run. Bro, that's
No,
a
but
2-month
no,
run.
I
They're
get
gonna
that.
they're gonna go through that 2-month run, right? And they're gonna be right back in the same spot as PBC and Top Rank.
Okay, this is my point. This is my point. If you can't put on a big fight, if you can't put on a big fight this year, what kind of promotional company are you? Because my point is,
So
last year,
are you saying Top Rank not gonna put on no big fights in 2022? Is that what you're
no,
telling me?
I'm saying the reason why they made Valdez and Shakur is because they're desperate. Because when you look at their roster that they have right now, and they're not signing fighters, they don't have the roster to make a big fight with the stable that they have right now.
I have a
And that's why they
problem with
made that fight.
the word that you're using. I don't have a problem with your point. I have a problem with the word that you're using. You're saying desperate,
They're
bro.
desperate
They
for a
just
big fight. They're
Shane.
desperate for a big fight.
They just came off of Loma and Tiafimo. They just came
That
off
was
of
2 years
Wilder and
ago.
they came off of Wilder. And I'm talking every year they give you a fight of the year joint. That's
So
my
what's the
point.
fight of the year this year?
So
I'm glad you
I
said that,
don't
bro.
know. Yes, I
What's the
don't
fight
know
of the year
yet.
this year?
I don't know yet. They could
Based
line.
Could
on
see
what
Listen,
you
they
said
Valdez
could.
to me,
Stevenson.
It
yeah?
Valdez Stevenson is going to be a good fight, but what if they get Loma Cambosis?
That's not fight of the year candidate, bro. That's not fight of the year candidate. That's nothing.
Why,
Absolutely nothing.
bro?
None of them are pay-per-view fight. None
They
of them
not
are
pay per view
pay-per-view fight.
based, bro. They not pay per view based.
Or
You keep saying that,
none of them are marquee names in America. None of them. And that's where they're based. None of them are
but they're not,
marquee names in
bro.
America.
You're trying to bring a pay per view type argument to a
I
company that
didn't.
don't promote pay per view.
Okay, none of the fighters are big names in America. None of them. None of
Loma
them.
is. Loma
Huh?
is.
Loma is a
Loma's
big
a big
name.
name in America.
Yes. Yes.
So when I'm glad you just put this up. So when you're coming off Wilder versus Fury, and you're coming off a fight like that, your next marquee fight is going to be Kambosos versus Lomachenko. Is that what you're telling me that you're going to try and sell?
I'm telling you that because his fight against Nakatani did numbers. His fight
How
against
many numbers did it do?
his fight against Comey did numbers. No, you asked me if people in the States is fucking with Loma.
Bro, I'm telling you,
his last two fights did numbers. He always do numbers on ESPN. He always do numbers.
I'm gonna tell you this, bro. If the Zone do what they do and PBC do what they do this year, Top Rank will sink. They will sink, bro. I'm telling you.
Top Rank has been around, bro. Top Rank has been around for 80 years. They're not going to sink.
Bro, you cannot sink when you have people that live off of live sports. So boxing is shown live. That's going to get numbers, period. Because people watch live events. People don't watch pre-tape programs like we used to back in the day. We couldn't wait till Martin came on Sundays. Boxing coming on Friday, boxing coming on Saturday. It's live. People, fannies going to be in the seats. So if you got the connection to be able to provide a live feed, you're going to always be active. Now, you're saying desperate as far as big fights. Not desperate. They don't have a lot of big fights that can be made. They have a few, but not a lot compared to the other ones mentioned. So
when I look at
you're too hard on them right now.
When I look at the last 2 years of Top Rank, the last 2 years of Top Rank has actually been it's been almost non-existent in terms of the fights that actually make a difference, other than Wilder and Fury, Teofimo Lopez and Loma. And I'm looking at the trajectory of the way they are moving, and I'm looking at the way PBC are moving, and the fights that they're looking to make this year in the likes of Charlo Castano, Canelo Charlo, Errol Spence unification, Tank Davis. I'm looking at these dudes and I'm saying, wow, they're making some steps. I'm looking at the Zone, and I don't even need to go through what the Zone have done and what they're going to do. And then I look at Top Rank and I'm going, the trajectory of where they're moving, the direction in where they're moving, I can't see how they keep up the pace in terms of providing quality fight as your opposition. Are they going to provide
pay-per-view?
Shane, you said desperation.
Yep.
You said desperate.
And
Shane,
okay.
I'm gonna tell you where you're missing the boat. I'm gonna tell you where you're missing the boat. Whenever you're talking about sports, nobody keeps the momentum all the time. So that's why I said I agree with your premise. I got a problem with the word, because that Shane, you and I have talked off camera. Now we're gonna bring up the Zone. Was the Zone not ice cold 10 out of the 12 months last year?
Yes, they was.
Exactly. But did the Zone get that? Would you use desperate with the Zone? No.
I personally would. Would.
But even if you said that, you would have been wrong, because they about to go on a run right now.
Nope. Because they made. Let me tell you why. Because let's keep it all the way 100. Yeah. When I look at the way the fights were, a lot of fights got cancelled that PBC was making, which would have made a massive difference. For one, Errol Spence versus Pacquiao. That was a mega fight. Now, the reason I use the word desperate is because, let's say, bro, how can I say? Me and you are in a race, or three of us are in a race, bro. If you can't keep up with your opposition, and your opposition is about to get that second win and kick off even further, and you can't keep up, you're going to go into a state of desperation, like, oh, wow, I need to catch up. And I'm saying, looking at the way things are right now, I'm looking at Top Rank, and they are behind the pack. And they need something to kick them forward.
I agree with that. All I'm saying, bro, is the Zone went ice cold 10 out of the 12 months out of the year. You did not use desperation not one time. But I talk to you every day. I talk to you every single day.
But they made decisions that I believe was out of desperation. So, for example, they overpaid for Teofimo Lopez and what's it called? They overpaid for Teofimo Lopez and Cambosis. They overpaid for that fight.
But you're skipping
They
the point though.
overpaid Jojo Diaz for that Devin
But
Haney fight.
Shane, but you're skipping the point.
No,
They
but
went 10
were,
out of the 12 months out the year, and you never used the word desperate with the zone.
But
Not
this is my
one
point,
time.
because, no, I know, but my point is, on reflection, when I look at on reflection, I can see that the decisions that they made was decisions made out of desperation. Why else would you overpay? Why else would you overpay for these fights?
The zone always overpays. So you
Huh?
can't isolate it to just that. The zone always overpays. The
That's it.
zone always overpay.
Because
Eddie Hearn always overpay.
Because they've always been desperate. It's
bro,
the first time that they've
Shane,
ever had a foothold in the American market. It's the first time.
Shane, when is the zone ever paid fair market value for anything?
They have to because they're desperate. Because they have to.
Bro, listen to me. Listen to me. The zone, right? How much money was Tevin Farmer making in the zone? He was getting overpaid. Am I correct? He was getting overpaid. Am I correct?
Yep.
Demetrius Andre, he was getting a bag, right?
Yep.
When they had Danny Jacobs, he was getting a bag, right? Every person that's been under the zone has been overpaid. Okay, they don't overpay, bro. They don't overpay because of desperation. They overpay because they overpay.
Nope. I'll tell you why, bro. When they started the zone model, they didn't have fighters. Jeff, if you are hungry and a sandwich normally costs $1, and someone sees you starving, you're gonna overpay for that sandwich, bro, because you're gonna do whatever it takes to survive. Just like they done whatever it took to survive, and overpay was what they done.
Can I tell you where you wrong?
Go ahead, bro.
Let me tell you where you wrong. Because not only do they overpay for U.S. fighters, they overpay for their own.
Where? What do you mean?
No, everybody that's on the zone gets overpaid. Bro, they gave Triple G $100 million. They signed Triple G to $100 million.
And why? Why? Because
it wasn't, bro. It was not desperation.
When you don't have marquee names signed to your promotional company, you have to overpay because you're desperate for marquee names.
Shane, when they signed Canelo, when they signed Canelo, did they not overpay?
Because they needed him.
But you're ducking the question. I said, did they overpay?
Yes, they did because they needed him.
So when did they not overpay? Since the existence of the zone, when have they not overpaid?
And when have
Are you saying the zone has been desperate since their existence? That's what I'm asking.
Of course they have been, bro. Of course they have been.
But you're saying that now, but you didn't say desperate one time last year. You done walked into the ditch again, Shane.
No, bro, because they've always been, bro. Can I ask you a question? What's the difference between need and desperation? When you need something and being desperate, what's the difference?
It's a big ass difference.
You think there's, bro? I don't think there's a difference.
It's a bit.
I don't think there's a difference.
I'm gonna tell you. Hold on. Let me tell you. This some OG shit. This some OG shit. You need water for several things, but when your water's cut off, you're desperate. Vlog, am I lying? That's a difference. That's a difference between need and desperate. There's a difference. There's a big ass difference between the two. Big difference, bro. Big difference. All I'm saying is they have a reputation for overpaying, whether they desperate or not. They overpay. That's just what they do.
Bro. I believe that they've always been in a position. The zone since they've come in, because they needed to establish themselves. They've been in a position of inferior. They've always been inferior, so they're desperate to rise to the top. They need to get to the top, just like top rank need to get to the top, or desperate to get to the top. And because of that, when they're falling behind, they have to do things like put on a Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez, which we all agreed that is out of character. They don't normally put on fights that's like that, and I believe that's down to, whether you want to call it desperation or need, it's an attempt to get back and keep up with PBC and the zone. That's what I believe. And I believe it's out of desperation. You guys can say it's because they need to keep up. Whatever vernacular you want to use, bro. That's how I see it, bro.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm not disagreeing with how you're viewing things. What I'm saying is we just got a difference in definition when it comes down to that word. And that's really what it come down to. So I mean, yeah, Top Rank they do have to get out of character a little bit, to kind of keep up. They do got to get out of character. They got to do things they don't.
1 hour 18, Jeff. 1 hour 18.
118. Okay.
Guys,
So that's what
I
I'm
need to go
saying.
12.
Hey, let me ask this before I get up out of here, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna end this thing. Go ahead.
What's your boy next move, man? I'm hearing discussion of Tank Broner. We heard Broner Ben. What's going on with the boy AB and hot commodity in these streets again, man? What's happening? What's happening? What you seeing? What you seeing? How you feeling? How you feeling?
I think whenever Broner does excessive talking, something's getting lined up for him. So I don't know what exactly is getting lined up for him, but they need to do something with him. Like
You heard
they
Broner
need to do
Tank?
something with him.
I'm hearing Broner Tank. How you feeling about that?
I doubt it, but
I
listen,
said,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That fighter do so many pay-per-view buys, bro. That fighter do so many pay-per-view buys.
What fight's
Shane,
that?
if Tank was to fight Broner, how many pay-per-view buys that do? That's
I
a
don't really.
bag, bro.
I would probably say like 500,000.
Yeah, that's a bag. That joint do at least a half a mil. That joint do at least a half a man. That
I
joint.
think it
You
does
agree with
more.
that vlog?
I think it
You
does
agree with
more
that?
ticket. I think it does more ticket sales though. I think it
The
do like
place gonna be the
50,000.
place gonna be packed. Like the place
I
gonna
knew
be
that.
packed.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was thinking maybe about 250.
Oh, you
Nah, bro.
bugging. You bugging.
Your boy,
What was
Bro,
on you, bro? You
bro.
just said he was gonna do 250 with Rolly.
Rolly is an active bag, and
He
he can
ain't Broner
actually
though.
fight.
He ain't Broner.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. You can sell ringside tickets for $1 million a piece. Every rapper's gonna be there.
Oh
Every
yeah,
OnlyFans chick's gonna be there.
bro.
Every porn star, every actor's gonna be there. Just because of Broner and Tank, they come from that hip hop culture,
That joint does 500. That joint does 500,000 pay-per-view buys easy.
and they might even do that.
Easy.
Might even do like 40,000 ticket sales, bro.
If they do that joint like in Vegas, Vegas gonna be lit.
Literally,
Lit.
it's gonna
That
be like
thing gonna
All
be
Star
lit.
Weekend, bro.
Yeah, that thing gonna be lit. All the hood niggas gonna be down there.
Literally,
All of them, including me and Vlog.
every,
Including me and Vlog. You know what I'm
every
saying?
hustler's gonna be there spending racks.
I mean,
Spending that cheddar.
Tank at 147 or 140 again.
147.
Broner
Yeah.
can't make
I heard
140.
147 on one. I read 147 on one article, and then I read a
think
tweet.
there'd be
140.
there'd be two short, chubby motherfuckers going at it, man, in front of all the rappers.
Catch weight of 144.
Yeah,
Some bullshit
145.2.
like that.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
I heard Broner was disrespecting him.
Yeah, he was. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, if they really want to get to the bag, that's one of the fights they can make. That everybody's coming out for that.
I mean,
Because that's a fight. It don't matter how much of a downside.
that's the thing about being up under Mayweather. They the way they can move Tank, they can move him in the championship aspect, or they can just move him as a pay-per-view
popularity.
Mm-hmm.
I got a what's it called? This is another thing that you can add to the snippet, bro. When you also look at the fact that they could potentially lose Tyson Fury if they lose the purse bid, and they've lost Terence Crawford. Do you not feel like that's and they don't have a clear replacement for none of those two dudes? Would you still not say that's a state of desperation?
No,
No,
they may be. I look
so.
at the Valdez Stevenson fight as maybe looking to secure kind of one of they home base sort of guys, and Stevenson being that guy, I think that's a securing type of fight.
I think Shane, I'll say this. The reason I say it's not desperation is because even with that, let's just say those two things play out, they wouldn't be in a position to have any blockbuster fights. Like I'm talking A+ fights. Top Rank does have the roster to give you they'll give you B-level fights all day long though. They give you B-level fights all day long. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, they can line they got a lot of actually Top Rank is in the business of building guys. So when you're in the business of building guys versus PBC, which is like they're just trying to take the money to the bank and cash out, it's just two different vibes. So that's why I can never say Top Rank is like desperate. When you got guys like Keyshawn, you got Jared Anderson, you got Duke Reagan and a bunch of other guys.
You know what's funny, Jeff? Bob Arum's company's run like he's gonna live for another 100 years. Like he builds fighters. I'm like, bro, some of these
Yeah,
fighters are dead.
he said, yo,
When they're
but
gonna
the
reach
thing is
their
though, but
success.
that's what makes Bud claims so difficult to prove. Because I might to be honest with you, the majority of black fighters coming out of the Olympics go to Bob.
Mhm.
They go to Bob. So you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't want to go down that rabbit hole because we're getting ready to roll. But Pink Goddess said Earl told Thurman to his face as soon as he won the IBF belt, he got injured and he would retire when he won the WBC belt. That Spence Thurman thing, I just don't see it happening. Grinder said I'm back. PBC is no competition and a sinking ship. Edwin,
You
I
can't,
do not agree
you
with that.
can't, you can't say that, bro. When
They
you got
roster too big. They
too
roster
strong,
too big, too
too
big.
strong, bro. They can make Errol Spence versus Crawford, bro. They've just basically completed the game, bro.
Burt Wood got a question for you, Vlog. He said, Vlog, who am I? End of the third round, disqualified for biting on both ears.
What
He said,
the?
"Oh boy, I don't know. I
That
don't
ain't
know.
Mike.
Give us. You got to give us that one, bro."
That
Conrad
ain't
said,
Mike, is it?
"Desperate." Nah, I doubt it. I doubt it. He usually
It
don't get no
can't be Mike
common answers.
Tyson.
Yeah, he don't get no common answers. I'm kind of curious to see who that is. Conrad said, "Desperate. Desperate is a strong word, but it is an aggressive move for sure." Yeah, that's what I said. I'm not far off from Shane. It was just a difference in definition of the word. Knockout
Okay,
Boxing 86
they
TV.
needed that fight. Let's put it that way. They needed that.
It was in a best interest to put that fight on. Knockout Boxing 86 TV. Big shout out to you, bro. I think this is the first time we've seen you, so we got to give you the traditional speech. Um, Definitely subscribe to my man Boxing First Vlog. That's first and foremost. I come after that. Subscribe to G5 Jeff TV. If you on social media, definitely follow us on social media. We do talk to people off camera in terms of boxing, so chop it up with us. It said top ranked guy Valdez versus Shakur and Beterbiev versus Smith Jr. on top of continuing on the momentum they have with Jared Anderson, Xander Zayas, Keyshawn Davis. They'll be fine. Knockout Boxing 86 TV. That is 100% facts. That's not, none of them are A+ fights, but they are solid B's, B pluses that's going to keep you afloat while everybody's kind of on a hot streak right now. Edwin said Anui, Beterbiev, Smith Jr., Jared Anderson, Loma could all have huge fights this year. It's open. Like it's open for Top Rank. We just don't know what
I mean,
they're going to do yet.
if I was to do that for PBC and the Zone, the list will be way longer. But continue.
Yeah, the list would be longer. But like I said, all three of those companies have different agendas. You know what I mean?
Now that's the fact.
Edwin said the Zone is he said the bee's knees, my guys. So many fights for $20 a month is fire.
Bees is like just like good.
Oh, okay.
The best bees.
That's some new lingo. That's some new lingo, Edwin. I'm sorry.
Nigga, that shit is from like the 40s, nigga.
Oh, well, I still don't know it. I don't know it. Whether it's old or new, I don't know it. So that was new for me. What would Jared's huge fight be?
That's what I wouldn't know.
Actually, you know what? If they
He said
if I was getting, you stole the words out of my mouth. Jared Anderson and the Jogwood. It's not huge. It's a B fight. It's a B fight.
It's a B fight.
It's a B fight, but that's a really good fight, though. That's
it's an amazing fight. And I'm not speaking I can come up with numerous fights that I would love to watch on Top Rank. I'm just talking about from a financial perspective and from a historical perspective. Whilst Jared Anderson versus F.A. Jag was an amazing fight, love to watch that fight. It's not historic. You see my point?
No. Yeah, you talking about the home run fight. I know what
you're talking about. I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Edwin, the Zone is on top. What's this about them desperate? They could outbid anyone they want. Yeah, but it got to get to a bid status. If you talk like every fight, don't go to purse bid.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
There was a stage where, the Zone's biggest fighter was Tevin Farmer. I mean, if that's not desperate, bro. I mean, Tevin Farmer was their best and biggest fighter.
Yeah. Edwin said, I heard it's more like Broner versus Ben on the Zone.
Yeah,
Either way,
Eddie's trying to get that. Eddie's trying
to get it. But the thing is, if Al don't want to play ball, he's not gonna play ball. You know what I mean?
But if I was Al, I'll just do it.
Bert was talking about Mike Tyson Holyfield. He didn't bite both his ears. He only bit one.
He tried to hit him on both sides.
Yeah.
He
started on and went to the other.
I thought it was Tyson, but at the same time, I was thinking it was two.
Bert Wood, you just don't know. Edwin Castillo, he said Tyson, man. Yeah, listen. Man,
I got one for you, Burtwood. Yeah. Who am I? The only one to win a round of boxing and not land one punch in the round or even throw one punch. And after that fight, I set up my OnlyFans.
I'm gonna stick around for another minute and a half to get a response from Bert Wood, which is gonna be, I don't know. Bert Wood may not know what OnlyFans is, bro.
Maybe not.
Yeah, he's 67. He may not know what OnlyFans.
Don't search up neither, bro. Unless you got a pack of blue pills, don't search up.
Bert Wood, listen, man. Stay away from OnlyFans, man. Like, it's worse than the strip club, bro. It's worse than the strip club, man, for sure. Hey, man, but listen, man, we gonna close this. Actually, you know what? There was a comment on Twitter that I wanted to get to. Big shout out to the people that's on Twitter that's watching us as well, man. I gotta start getting into the comments.
He said he don't know. He said he don't know.
I told you he said he don't know. Give him Adrian Broner. CF Sports Club from off of Twitter said a lot of people saying thank Bud. Who else was he gonna fight? He doesn't want to move up to 135, and Loma doesn't want to move down to 130. So that fight is out. Valdez only fight that makes sense. Legit. Who else top rank got for him? Yeah, we really touched on that. I mean, you could look at it a couple of different ways, but I think Top Rank is in a position right now where they're trying to just put a nice string of fights together. But I think you can make the claim that Valdez is the best opponent, but Valdez's name is just in the dumps right now. You know what I'm saying? So there might be a couple strategies to.
But his name ain't cold though.
His name not cold. His name not cold. It's just got a lot of dirt. Yeah, listen.
It ain't got the Burchell steam it had when he won. Right.
Listen.
Steam.
Listen.
I mean, talking about fighter of the year. Ain't nobody seen that since Ali. You know what I mean? We was just talking real reckless after that fight. So
listen, you can have on a pair of Jordans and they dirty. Yeah, they Jordans, but that shit's still fucking dirty though. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just still dirty. You know what I mean? So I think they might be, I don't want to say cash them out, but I just think it's a perfect time to make him sink or swim. And this might be their punishment for Valdez too.
It could be a case of maybe he needs something like this to overshine the PEDs, you know? If he does win, it might overshadow the fact that he failed the drug test. I'm just saying.
The one thing that L Dub the plug said before we get up out of here, he was like, if this fight is actually going down, he needs to register for the VADA testing, like right now. Like he need to register for VADA testing right now, and it's just a good PR look.
At least 12 weeks. At least 12 weeks.
Yeah, so he got to come correct. He got to come correct. No, but I don't know if Shakur's on the VADA, but that go for him too. He ain't exempt. That go for him too. You know what I'm saying? Real rap. But
how much weeks VADA testing does Gerald Miller have?
I don't know. I know he has to take a test. I think every 6 months. With VADA, like he got to do VADA, like period. That's gonna be interesting to see. And I actually want to drop y'all with this little tidbit real quick before we roll. Toriano's buddy is gonna be actually fighting in March. Curtis Stevens is gonna be fighting in NY on March. And Toriano told me to tell you, vlog. He said the reason he's not on Instagram right now is because he had a security hack. So that's why he took his show over to the Twitter, but I told him, I said, bro, I said we can't message you on Twitter because it's like private. So I'm like, you got to open your joint up, man, so we can, you know what I mean, so we can message.
No, not open it up. All he needs to do is just follow you lot back. If he follows you guys back on Twitter, you guys can message him.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, cool. See, that's that tech shit that I ain't know about. You know what I mean? But I think that's kind of interesting because I know y'all. I was telling y'all a while ago. I was like, I would love to get Curtis Stevens and Terriano Johnson on the same screen. Like that should be dope. You know, because he said they cool. Like they cool. Like you know what I'm saying. Like so. We'll see if we can make that happen, man. But we gonna get up out of here, man. Vlog, give me your social media so we can get up out of here, good brother.
Man, I'm on YouTube, BoxingFirst Vlog, the way you see it on your screen. I'm on Twitter, BoxingFirst Vlog, the way you see it on your screen. I'm on IG with the number 1, where you see the word first. Hit me up, man. I'm also on G5JeffTV.com. I got a new hot article I'm working on this week. Should be posted later this week. We're going to have them updated fights, Shane. And
Yeah,
some undercard fights cracking. So we're
send
going to find out who's who in this boxing. Yeah, I got you. Tomorrow when I get to work, I'm gonna get everything.
Oh, he's asking for the answer. The answer is what?
He said the answer is you. He said the answer to your question is you.
I ain't ever set up for OnlyFans, but if you send me Alicia Baumgartner, we'll do one real quick.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact for sure. Give me your social media, Shane.
I'm Shane the number 1.
Exclusively on Instagram. I'm all over the place, man. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, G5JeffTV, G5JeffTV.com. Everything gonna get updated with that. I'm gonna even try to pen an article this week. I got a little bit of time. So hopefully I'm trying to get back in the Google News streets with my man Vlog. You know what I'm saying? So definitely looking forward to that. And listen, if you wanna if you got any questions for us, hit us up, contact at G5JeffTV.com. If you wanna put in some work for us, you wanna write, you wanna go to a fight, or just any business inquiries, media at G5JeffTV.com, man. So listen.
That email is getting flooded right now, bro. I literally, but we're getting maybe like so many different.
Yeah, so we doing things at the big boy channels do. Like we getting business inquiries like we 50, 60,000 deep. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not about the numbers, it's how you moving out here. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. So listen, on behalf of BoxingFirst Vlog, aka the General, aka Blunt, aka Blunt Bayless, my man VP Shane and your boy G5 Jeff TV, aka G5, aka 5, aka the Guru. This was episode 47 of the Goodfellas podcast. We will be back tomorrow. Who knows what we're gonna talk about, but we're gonna figure that shit out.
The purse bid's supposed to be tomorrow.
What purse bid?
Fury and Dylan.
Oh shit! What time that start? Because I don't want to go on live the same time as that.
Ask L-Dub.
I'll hit the plug up when I get up off here. I'll hit the plug up. All right, man. Listen, depending on when this purse bid is tomorrow, man, just follow us on social media, man. I'll let y'all know when we going on live, man. On behalf of the staff, man, we'll see y'all tomorrow.